Good afternoon, everybody. It's January 9, 2025. Early afternoon. The sun is finally shining after about 2 weeks of no sun. We've had snow, ice, snow, no mail delivery in 2 days, and no trash pickup. But I wanted to address some comments and stuff that has been happening online here and just the actual program. So if you can please hit the thumbs up, helps get the message out there, and it fights the cyber stalkers that immediately downvote my videos as soon as they're posted. Case in point, early this morning I posted part 2 of the Psychology of Evil. It was about 40 minutes long, and obviously if I'm recording it inside my house, everybody that's listening is listening in, knows that I'm uploading it, because it took a couple of times to upload it because my keyboard on my phone kept screwing up, kept freezing, and this is because the phone is intercepted by a third party. So anything to sabotage the efforts. No sooner was it posted, no sooner did I upload the description, I received a message from YouTube, that they took down my video due to medical misinformation. So I took the training, and I've done this before, so I actually know what the guidelines are. I really do. I know what the guidelines are now. Took the training, and then they gave me the opportunity to appeal with a box that I can post a comment. Usually there isn't unless you take the training first. I wasn't aware of that. I took the training, I passed the training, was able to appeal it with a comment. I let them know that I was reading an article that it did not involve medical misinformation. It was partially spiritual, societal, etc. However, that there is a cyber stalker who downvotes and reports my content for the past 2 years. And I said, case in point is that I sent YouTube, at least 20 videos that were demonetized to review, and every one of them came back monetized. Every one. There was nothing wrong with any of the videos. Some of them were just so benign. So that's why I asked you guys to listen to the end and hit the thumbs up. It doesn't take anything, doesn't cost a dime to just hit that thumbs up button. So yes, so immediately after it was posted, it was reported for medical misinformation. And the point in the video was 40 minutes and 10 seconds, which if you go back to that, it's all empty space. And then I go on to say that the article is long and that I will post a part 3, which I have not done yet. So YouTube reviewed it and came back literally immediately, so fast, and said, we agree, your video is reposted, it's monetized, etc. So these criminals are doing everything inhumanly possible to sabotage everything I do, including my eBay account, which was a slip. I'm going to do a whole nother video on eBay from top to bottom about what's been going on with eBay, because eBay was involved in a huge lawsuit years ago. And just as a quick reminder, of course the eBay lawsuit is sealed now, but this is going from memory, okay? I'm not reading the lawsuit, this is from my memory. The last name is Baugh, B-A-U-G-H. Now these are 2 retired coppers that decide they're going to work in the eBay security department. But they weren't happy with that job. They saw that there was an eBay seller who was commenting negatively about some of the eBay policies, which we have a freedom of speech to do. If we don't agree with something, that's how we get change. And as an eBay seller, I know since 2002 I've been an eBay seller. eBay gets a big cut in what I sell. Yes, they have a wonderful platform, but it's a lot of work to upload information, I have to pack everything myself, ship everything myself, print the labels. It's time intensive and cost expensive when I'm raising all the funds for my nonprofit cat rescue. So anyway, these two coppers in the security department and others, this is not to negate the fact that eBay workers were involved in the harassment of a Massachusetts couple who had a business. They were probably in their 50s, 50s, maybe 60s. They had an online business. Well, they were tormenting, long distance, tormenting this couple. Fortunately, because there's more than one of them, they were able to get a news reporter and the local news to report on what was happening to them, which allowed them to file a lawsuit, which they did in fact win. And in fact, an astounding FBI agent testified on behalf of the couple. And his testimony is amazing. Yes, and the charges were cyber stalking, and there was something else. And they won the lawsuit, obviously with a gag order, and it's sealed. But I do have the lawsuit, but I'm told that I can't give you all that personal information because it's sealed. But I'm just speaking from memory. Okay? So this guy is James Baugh, and this other criminal. I'm going to cut to the chase. They were sending unalived animals in the mail. Insects, animals, hate mail, cyber stalking, business sabotage, relentless torment of this couple. Obviously, they were getting paid extra under the table, right? Well, all the things that are happening to me here, like the stuffed unalived animal in the mailbox, which we're going to address, they were doing to this couple. But this couple got justice to the point where those police officers in the security department went to prison. That's why it's sealed. They don't want you to know that the coppers went to prison, not jail, prison. Not only did they go to prison, they had to perform community service and pay like a ridiculous, stupid little pittance of money towards the victims who won a bigger lawsuit. I'm sure they got legal fees and all kinds of other things. But nevertheless, they got some form of justice. And this is what happens when you sue the coppers. It's always gagged. This is why you're not going to find these lawsuits online. Just like the Manalapan Police Department. You know, Edward Hedden that sued the Manalapan Police Department, the chief of police, and the township of Manalapan. Good for him. I'm not going to say he's some angel. He's definitely not an angel because he knew about my target and I believe he was a participant. But nevertheless, he became the target after working there for 20 years. He was like ready to retire. They targeted him, called him an enemy of the state, stalking him, took away his weapons, etc. He filed a lawsuit, which I have, by the way. Oh, and I just wanted to say, with regard to the eBay lawsuit, and this again is by memory. By memory. The judge, I believe it was a female that ruled on it, specifically stated, these are not the exact words, but similar words, that the details of this case were so disturbing, so fantastical, that she didn't even believe that they could happen in a movie. And this is what a government psyop is. This is what the gang stalking program, targeted individuals, community harassment, organized harassment, Zersetzung, is all about. It's designed to make it look fantastical. It's designed to make it look off the charts, unbelievable, that the victim is delusional, that the victim is crazy, the victim is schizophrenic. It's a psychological operation. It's designed by the highest levels of intel agencies, along with, but not limited to, despicable psychiatrists, psychologists, scientists, medical doctors who sold their soul to the devil. They went along to get along, just like in Germany. I mean, you know what happened back then. But I'll tell you that Adolf Hitler, he did not have the kind of technology, the surveillance technology, the technology that we have today, where a lot of this horrific stuff happens from a distance, untraceable according to some of those hearings that have been online recently, these congressional hearings, that there's no entry or exit point to these weapon systems. They're untraceable, unlike a bullet hole, right? That used to be the forensic evidence. You would find the, and again, excuse me, you would find the dust from the bullet going into something. The, I don't know, sawdust, not sawdust, gunpowder. You would find traces. You could trace the striation marks on the bullet to the weapon. You could trace back the holes to the bullets. Yeah, and actually, I found those that were underneath my no trespassing sign, but yet the former sheriff, Paul Hayes, he didn't care how much evidence I had. He wasn't going to perform an investigation. Which brings me to a thank you, Phoenix Rising 505, for calling my local sheriff's department to get an update on whether or not an investigation was performed for the November 26th incident of my going to my mailbox and finding an unalived, gutted, tortured animal on my driveway and stuffed in my mailbox. Now, for all you people out there, tampering with a mailbox is a felony. I already had mail in the mailbox, and the mail carrier, when he came to deliver my mail, could not. He had to leave it on the floor, and he did photograph it. He did. It is a felony. I called the USPIS, that's the U.S. Postal Inspector. They told me that I first had to file the complaint with my local sheriff's department and notify the post office, which I did do. I don't believe it's the responsibility of the post office to file that complaint. The complaint is supposed to be filed with the sheriff, and the sheriff is supposed to follow up with the post office and report it as a felony crime. Okay? It's a felony to tamper with mail, tamper with a mailbox. That is a felony. Now, not only is it a felony, but somebody literally trespassed my property. That's a misdemeanor. They went beyond my gate, and I'm going to say that this is animal cruelty in the first degree. Okay? I don't care if it's deer season, hunting season. I didn't give anybody permission to hunt on my property. And when I called the Kentucky Wildlife Department, they specifically told me that you need a permit to hunt a deer. You have to register, get a permit, and you can hunt one deer. So I gave them the names of all of the people that I suspected may have. And it was not any of those people. However, that means nothing, because my neighbors are criminals. They likely hunted that deer without a permit, illegally, could have even been on my property. Okay? So that's another crime that was not investigated by the sheriff's department. So there's trespassing, mailbox vandalism, animal cruelty, illegal hunting. There's a number of felonies and misdemeanors, none of which were investigated. On behalf of the deputy, he did, brave guy, removed all the horrible animal parts. He removed them. I don't know what he did with it, but he removed it. We had his gloves. He did write a report. He did call the Kentucky Wildlife Department, left a message, but in the incident report it says that they did not call him back. But there was no follow-up after that. I don't know whose responsibility it is to follow up. But there has been no investigation on the myriad of things that happened, in addition to the fact that I had filed an incident report with the Sheriff's Department for the stalking of Scarlett Marks, the stalking of her 4 times, video recording, which is why I can say her name, because it's undeniable. She actually yelled out to me, her voice, on video. And their pickup truck at 12:03 a.m. dropping poopy toilet paper and then dropping poopy diapers in front of my mailbox. Even though these people have already had, I believe, 1 or 2 cease and desist letters. I'm still working on the other one. I just have not had time. So there has been no investigation. I've received a comment from a subscriber who said that I need to contact the animal rights organizations and go to the senators, because this is obviously not going to be investigated locally, that I need to go up higher on this, because this is a felony. Okay, I need to go up higher and at least make it known. So I believe that's what the chain of command is here with regard to reporting mailbox tampering, mailbox vandalism. You contact the post office, then you file a sheriff's report. It's the sheriff that's supposed to document that is a felony. I don't see that anywhere on my incident report. Nowhere. I don't see anything about Menace, the people that I suspected were involved, and no follow-up. There's been no follow-up. Okay? I also wanted to respond to a comment. I think it's a subscriber who's left comments before. I actually removed the comments. The technology that targeted people experience is so advanced. You have no idea. That is probably 50 years beyond anything that you could even remotely imagine. Hey, look at what's going on in California. What happened in Maui? Look out for Charlie posted a video today about that very thing. You might want to go check it out. These are not naturally occurring events. Just saying. It's total sabotage. So now I just want to give you some background on me before I give you a comment about all the photos that I have taken over now 12 years of organic fruit and vegetables, and even some that I grow. Okay? Since I was a child, one of my favorite places to go was the botanical gardens. I loved plants. Even my science experiment was about grafting. I actually grafted 2 plants together. I don't know, maybe I was 10 years old. 10, 12 years old. I even gardened inside our apartment. I created terrariums. I grew everything imaginable. When I lived at 52 Sutton Drive, Manalapan, New Jersey, I had literally the prettiest cottage French garden on the block. Even local landscapers would comment on its beauty, because I didn't have the usual bushy shrubs, usually, tailored landscaping. I had gorgeous plants, bulbs, shrubs, exotics, and fruit and vegetables that I grew. All sabotaged, of course, as a targeted person, but nevertheless, I know my plants. I know how to grow stuff. I've been doing this since I'm a kid. And it doesn't matter that I wasn't raised here in Kentucky, okay? And yeah, I'm going to call it that because I am so disgusted with this state beyond anything that you could even remotely imagine. I'm so disgusted here. So, and I just want to say that I'm also in my mid-60s, so I've lived a long time. I know what my life was like before. I know what the targeting has done, what it's capable of doing. Let me just give you an example of what the technology is capable of doing. The technology is capable of instantaneously rusting, rotting, molding, burning, cutting, and slicing anything upon contact and from a distance. The case in point is the triangle that was cut in my forearm, at least an inch wide, that some of you guys had the opportunity to view. Cut through my long sleeve sweatshirt and a long sleeve compression shirt without any damage, not even a little poke hole in either one of these shirts. I've seen photos that you've sent me of the burns your animals have received. Even Targeted Justice has posted photos and videos of all the burns that subscribers have sent to them. I've posted my own. I could be walking in my house and get a burn across my face. Yeah, because the electricity in your home is weaponized against you. So this individual called me lady. It's another clue. Lady. I think that some of what you say, I watch your videos, and some of what you say is true, but I don't think, he says, fruit has a pattern of growth. Okay, yeah. Fruit has a pattern of growth, and it will grow to a certain point, and that's how it will appear. Well, that's true. All seeds, all plants, that's why a pear is a pear, an orange is an orange, an apple is an apple. I mean, unless, of course, you're going to interbreed them, and then you might get something else. However, the technology exists where they can rot something, fruit, vegetables, from the inside out. And that is exactly what I posted. I think it was a short. Is how they rot food from the inside out. And mind you, the fruit that I buy is organic. So I spend more money on it. And it's ripe. Or I should say it's not completely ripe when I get it. So the fact that I can open up a piece of fruit and it's already rotted on the inside. And this is not a one-time occurrence, guys. It's not a one-time occurrence. It's repeated. It's not normal. And it's not statistically possible. Okay? So, please educate yourself, man or woman, whomever you are, about how the technology is created to discredit the targeted person. Okay? They target people differently. So they might target somebody that doesn't eat organic food, or maybe not even eat fruit and vegetables. There are people out there that don't. So obviously they're not going to get the same torture that I get. If you don't have pets, your pet, the pets that you don't have, will not come up with holes in their face, or your rooster with the same hole in the side, or the dog down the block with the same hole in his side, and your cat with the same hole in its side. It's not statistically possible for 4 animals to have the same circular hole burned in their face, in their side. It's not normal. And I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it out loud. One, I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke marijuana. I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink soda. I don't do drugs. I don't even take an aspirin. I eat organic food most of the time. What else? I lead a healthy lifestyle. I always have. I am not suicidal. I would never take my own life. And on both sides of my family, we have the gift of health. One of my grandmothers lived to either 92, 93. Great-grandmother in her 90s. And except for targeting effects, like what they did to my mother, my healthy 83-year-old mother, that they deliberately gave a seizure to, they deliberately inebriated her in a hospital so that they could do whatever they wanted to her. Shut down her liver, shut down her kidneys, claim that she was brain dead, give her a heart attack. Healthy woman. So please don't leave a comment that, lady, I think you're wrong. It's the natural way the fruit is. Until you experience what me and other targeted people have, do your research. Look at more of the photos that I've posted about fruit and vegetables, and you will see that not only it's a pattern, but it's not statistically possible, and it's not happening naturally. And then actually you can compare that to the burn marks that were deliberately done to the buildings on my property. That's posted online also. This is a psychological operation performed by psychopaths and narcissists. The primary tool of the narcissist is the slander campaign and to isolate the victim. Why isolate the victim? Well, you isolate the victim because then they won't have any support. You slander them because most people are ignorant and stupid and they don't question the narrative, especially if it's coming from somebody with a badge or somebody with an alleged position of authority, like the law, like a lawyer. Okay, I don't know, lawyer, liar, it sounds the same to me. There are very few lawyers that I know that are actually stand-up people. And the ones that are targeted. I heard yesterday that Judge Judy is a targeted person. I really like Judge Judy. I would say to myself, like, damn, I wish Judge Judy got me a divorce. It would not have lasted 3.5 years. And she would have slammed my husband from here to eternity. But anyway. And why? Why do they want to isolate the victim? No support. And then there's no witness to what they're doing to you. Right? There's nobody that's going to say, Lorraine, you know, I just saw you last week. Like, what happened to your eye? Or what's that scratch on your face? Or what are all those... What happened? Did you have some problem with an animal attacking your pants? Like your new pants with blotchy marks all over it? There's no one to confirm or validate the narrative. So it's okay for the psychopath neighbors, the military creepos that are trespassing my property that are cloaked, Infraguard, private contractors that are on the take, to torment. And think about this for a minute. Think about what coward you have to be to wake up in the morning and perform a psychological operation on a senior citizen. What kind of a little weenie coward does it take? What kind of a psychopath loser does it take to wake up in the morning and harass a 66-year-old woman, a senior citizen? What kind of a loser? It's not even an even playing field. Show your face, losers. One-on-one, without your technology. Put your little handheld devices and your weapons away. Put down your little cloaking device. And without your buddies and your friends. Show your face, loser. So yeah. And I will say that the only thing that has changed for me since the contracts have ended, and I think I mentioned this like a week before the end of the year, my neighbor, where I'm sitting now to my left, out in the distance, opposite my neighbor who lives diagonally across the street, you know, Jezebel with the blue lights on, they installed a security light, a really bright one, after I moved here. And it literally shined in my window here every night. You know, it was sunlight to sunset, that kind of a light. It suddenly disappeared. I have so many photos of this light, videos, photos. I've shown you guys. You know, there's the creature in the sky that appears to the upper left of where that light was. That's still here. That begins with the letter D. It's still here. But that light from my neighbor that I've never met in 6 years. How neighborly is that? I heard that neighbor doesn't even live there. That she went to move with her boyfriend after I moved here. Imagine, maybe they're renting it out to some operative that installed the light. And maybe the light was shut down now because they've got a new person coming in. Or maybe she moved back into her own house, right? So that light, it's the only thing that has changed, is that light has disappeared. After 6 years, almost 6 years, it's gone. And I had one of those lights once. I was paying for it. I said, you know, I'm not going to pay for that anymore. Every month, every year, I'm not going to do it. I'll just put in motion lights. I don't really want a light on 24/7. I don't want it on. I just want it to turn on when somebody is in its path. How would I know if somebody's in its path if the light's on all the time, right? So that's the only thing that's really changed here. Although we have had a lot of snow. So I'm sure that's putting a little cinch in the perpetrators of crimes, because the county road is very slippery. You know, this is a rural area. We had a lot of snow. We had snow, then ice, then a little rain, then more snow. We had some wind. It's kind of treacherous, you know, around here. So like I said, there's been no mail delivery for 2 days and no trash pickup. Trash pickup is on Monday. I thought it might have been picked up on Tuesday because the roads were pretty okay. But no, it's Thursday and it hasn't happened yet. So that's to answer any of those questions. And let me see. And with regard to the video that was taken down, The Psychology of Evil Part 2, that somebody reported for medical misinformation. This is not the first rodeo that this person has reported for medical misinformation. But this is the second time that I won the appeal. Okay. So, perpetrators, I'm on to you. And I think YouTube is on to you as well. So I believe that YouTube was quite fair in this regard and acted very promptly and swiftly to repost the video and remonetize it. So thank you, YouTube. I appreciate it. So this is Lorraine, Alternative Homesteading. January 9, 2025. It's a 1:17 p.m. I hope everybody's doing well. And just a heads up, I've been watching Edward Snowden, a video called They Are Watching You. The YouTube creator is Learn Liberty. It's from 7 years ago, April 18, 2017. And I recommend everybody re-watching this. I do remember seeing this before. I think it was on another channel. But it's called Snowden. They Are Watching You. Learn Liberty channel. Signing off for now. Oh, and this beautiful hand-painted image. Let me show you here. And you can see that the criminals, you see what they did? They have to damage everything. Mushrooms with Girl. Edition 008. Malsha. This is dated 2023. I'm going to sign off for now. I hope you enjoy it. It's really pretty. So yes, just, I know my botany. I know my gardening. So please, you leave a comment like that again, I'll remove it.